Hey guys, welcome to the BetterKast. We are three dudes with a band, a podcast, and a pocket full of dreams. Today we're joined by some guests. I am just Matt.
I'm the Weather Brain.
I'm JM, and today we are joined with Dave and Kenney from Tennessee on Tap. Gentlemen, would you like to introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about what you do and what you talk about?
I'm four friends.
Well, I'm Dave Houtz, co-host to Tennessee on Tap, local craft beer podcast for the great state of Tennessee. Before we get into it, I like to do, you guys are here at our home studio, so we like to do a little house shot, if we will.
All right.
It's not a Tennessee brand, but I'm sure people out there know what this is. It's called Malort. And
I like how you say "if we will" without the choice.
Yeah.
There is no choice. But
and you know nobody knows what this is.
to great sound bites, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes,
guys.
sir. Cheers.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Brian, just a heads up, drinking something else won't help it.
Why does that taste halfway like a plant?
yeah.
Yeah. What is...
It's grapefruit and your junk drawer in your kitchen.
Plus diesel.
Yeah.
There's diesel fuel.
No.
I can see... Yeah, I can tell.
It tastes like bad decisions.
Yeah.
Boys,
Oh, man.
boys, well, cheers, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you very much.
Very welcome. I
appreciate that.
We here have it on tap.
I see that.
Oh, yeah. You don't
I see a very full bottle
Yes.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
not
my
very popular.
fourth bottle we've gone through here.
Oh, no
Yeah.
shit. No kidding.
I feel like my mouth is sweating.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's not.
So usual tradition is you take the shot and you say, Jepson's Malort. I'll have another. But it's from Chicago. It's, yeah. So that was tasty.
Did you go there yourself and get it?
No, I have it special ordered now.
Oh. So you did it the first time, and now you have a special
I've been up through that way for work, and yeah, that's what we do. We just order it.
Nice.
And people are like, is it a joke, or do you know what it is? I'm like, I know what it is, but it's a joke for everybody else.
Yeah,
The
I
answer is
immediately...
just yes.
That's the answer.
Now, I have been in on this a couple times. It's actually a lot of fun when you get somebody that has no idea what it is, like at the Christmas party, when you're just like, who wants a shot of Malort? And people are like, ooh, Christmas party, shots.
I went through a full bottle at the Christmas party.
Oh, gee.
Victim
Oh, my
after
goodness.
victim.
Yeah, how did you do
That's
that?
They just didn't know what it was. It's like, oh, it's a shot you take when you're in Chicago. That's
Dang.
all they needed.
Yeah,
And
people
then-
like pretending they're from Chicago.
That's a good way to keep people from going to Chicago.
No kidding.
Here's to that.
So
Yeah.
Tennessee on Tap, we don't do shots. Obviously, we like to do Tennessee craft. So
Yeah.
today I have a special bottle I've been aging for a year from a brewery in Memphis called Meddlesome. It is a imperial stout with coffee and chocolate. And
What does the line on the bottom of that bottle say?
brewed and canned by the Metalheads at Meddlesome Brewery in Cordova, Tennessee.
I just love that it's the metalheads.
It's metalheads,
Yeah.
Brian. Let's go.
Let's freaking go, man.
So
We might be the only two metalheads here.
Oh, noes. I love the
whoa,
metals.
Are you a metalhead
Oh,
too?
I love the metals. David also loves the metals.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the metals.
I'd like to talk about that.
Do you
Who are some
like-
of you guys' favorite metal bands?
What do you like better? Well, sorry, actually answer his question first because that's a great one.
Funny enough, not even as a joke, probably my favorite metal band is Death Clock.
Yeah, no,
Hell yeah.
From the show Metalocalypse.
Brendan Smalls, the
And I've seen them
sound
live.
designer.
I've seen them live, and I didn't think I'd ever get to see them live because they don't really tour.
Right.
They're
Thank
a
you.
fictitious band that doesn't really exist, but
It's kind of like Gorillas, right?
yeah, well, in a way, they used to always play at these like Adult Swim, like festivals they would have, but that was like the only time you'd see them. But then they did a tour with the band Baby Metal.
Oh, really?
Dude,
yeah.
I freaking love Baby Metal.
Yeah, so I got to see Baby Metal and Death Clock.
Double whammy.
Yeah, it was
Very
pretty,
nice.
It was pretty awesome.
Very nice. All right, so we got some metalheads here then. What's your favorite sound from metal? Is it the jow to jow, or is it jaunt to jaunt, or is it which one?
I'm more of a
Oh,
kind of a guy.
I see.
Personally, I like at the end when the show's over and they pack up all their equipment.
Wow.
Why'd
Yeah.
you even go?
Well, because personally, I'm more of like a progressive, like jazz fusion type of person.
Oh
myself.
yeah, Matt's a jazz fusion fan. He's a math rock
That's
guy
right.
now. David, reel us back in on the beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on,
Let's get back on that.
So the stout, it's a little foamier than it should have been coming out of it.
Okay.
All right, guys, take you a good whiff of it. I'm getting notes of chocolate.
Yeah,
I'm
chocolate.
definitely getting the chocolate.
Okay.
Chocolate.
What do they call this?
What are they selling?
And the
I always hated it.
and a little nut of coffee.
Little coffee in the chocolate. I'm liking the coffee in the
What do they call
chocolate.
this? This is a Schwartz beer, right?
Hold on.
It's a dark German ale.
Schwarz beers are more closer to dark lagers.
What the shorts
That's
are.
good.
So dark lagers are very kind of light in profile, not really heavy. So this is a stout.
This is a real
this
stout?
Is a stout.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a heavy beer.
All right, let's take
Yeah.
a sip.
Oh yeah, no, let's all take a sip now for the first time because I haven't done that yet.
Oh my. That's
Good.
it's very
Super
very
good.
The so I like to bottles like this, especially 10% beers.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I like to kind of have them sit for at least a year. There are some brands that I'll have sit for like 4 years
Now,
Just
why
because
don't you
the-
buy things at the
It's
right
pretty
age?
good.
because usually they don't sell them at the right age.
You can't just look at me like that. That's a good question.
It's a great question.
It
It's
is.
a great question for beer.
I'm sweating. Your questions are getting me riled up.
Jeez.
Normally, it's the other way around.
Yeah, apparently so.
But yeah, so you age them after they're aged, right? Kind
Well,
of.
yeah, so it's barrel aged, so it was probably in the barrel for probably 3 months, maybe that long.
Oh, okay.
Then when they bottle it up and they wax the top so air can't get in it. Usually for the 10%ers, sometimes for lower. The big one a lot of people do that with is Bourbon County from Goose Island, which is also out of Chicago.
Oh.
I wait 4 years before I even crack one of the bottles. Just because of
4
how...
Years.
Yeah.
That's some
4 years.
dedication.
Only because of how harsh that bourbon can be to a beer. We've had a couple things up at the pub that are bourbon barreled and they're just way too harsh.
There's been a couple things up at Prince Street that have been a little overzealous.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
talk
if
about
you
those
will.
9.8%
Like
beers.
that one Noel that was barrel aged.
Yeah.
I kept that in the cooler for 3 months before tapping it.
You're
and it
welcome.
was not harsh compared to when it was fresh.
Yeah,
I
because
packaged
I've had it when it was
Yeah.
fresh. Like, because the first time we put it out, didn't we put it out when it was fresh? And it was like,
Yeah. And then
it was
mellowed
like
out.
a shot.
Mellowed out. A lot of the good flavors that come out of the malts will show up if you let it sit as well.
Very cool, because I never
Interesting.
even realized that was a thing. And now I know, and that is awesome. And I
Yeah.
can tell.
This is kind of spicy. I'm not going to lie. At the
Yes.
end, there's
Yeah.
a little bit of spicy.
Yes,
right?
I taste it too.
You know, this is a super good beer. I really like it.
Good job, Matt. You're killing it, man.
I'm so proud of you.
He's giving Davey the rest of it.
Super good. Finished the whole thing.
Good job, Matt.
Wow.
Well,
Thank you for that, David.
Wow. He literally.
if you enjoyed
Drank
it, there's
Miller.
a whole bottle of it.
All right.
It's just
hell
super
yeah.
foamy when it comes out, so just
You gotta-
be
Guys, we
aware
all
of
have the
foam.
things that we like to drink, and some people have different things. I personally like the maple syrup that I find on David and Kenny's counter. Nice little glass of that.
Can you
you
tell us? Can you tell us more about this
actually
maple
pouring
syrup?
the
It
entire
is.
bottle
It
out?
is definitely off David and Kenny's counter.
Damn it.
That's thick.
You wanted to water it down?
That is thick. No. A little bit of- You have
precious.
3 baby Yodas within reach.
You understand that this is a protective space. Like,
He's
this
got
is
a-
a safe
He's got a
space right
shield. He's got a force field. It's at 100%.
Literal force field.
here, you know?
For those of you
it's a
that are
literal
listening
force
and not
field.
watching, I just want to explain that Jameson has a life-size Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, sitting next to him. He is drinking his beer out of a Baby Yoda mug, aka Grogu mug, and he has a Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, in his front pocket of his shirt while wearing a shirt that definitely has Baby Yoda/Grogu on it.
Yeah, you all saw that on the last episode if you were
say
watching.
Yeah, that
Maybe
was the
Yoda.
hint. That was the Easter egg I left last.
So yeah,
episode.
no, I will let you guys know we are super bad about one thing, and that is forgetting that people do just listen to us versus watch us.
Yep.
Sorry for that, people that are listening for the 4th time, not knowing what's going on.
I'm one of those people.
If you would
David
like
is one
to
of those
watch
people.
us, you can check us out on our YouTube channel. The channel itself is Better Kenney, but you know we're the BetterKast.
Kenney, how's your Rocket League career going, man?
Man, at a bit of a standstill. I've been playing this game for probably 5 years, 6 years maybe, and I'm pretty hard stuck at Diamond. Mid Diamond, can't get past it.
I have heard that diamonds are the hardest.
That is a
Where-
thing you said.
Where did you hear that?
Science.com.
Are they a viable source of scientific information?
Probably not, because I made the website.
There you go, folks.
Heard it here first.
If it was science.gov, we'd believe it.
Apparently.
Yeah, right.
Even .net.
Even .net, dude.
.org? No.
I don't trust
Hell no. Fuck off.
That requires upkeep.
It's some NPT BS, and we're not having it.
Do not trust an org.
Well, you know what? Speaking of scientific information, I got a little bit of a weather report for you guys today. I'm going to make it short because, you know, we got other things to talk about here at Tennessee on Tap. But let's get right into it. So, today, obviously, it's been a little cold, hasn't it?
A little bit.
Just a little. Yeah.
Not like
Been working out there. It's cold.
Slightly chilly.
Yep. You know what? Even, I don't know, maybe it was 4 or 5 hours ago, we were at the studio, and it was flurrying. Just a little.
Well, flurries?
Yeah.
I got flurries at work today too.
Did you?
I did. I was not happy.
Yeah, so this is a really quick cold snap. It's going to warm back up over the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday should be 40s, 50s. But rain. Again, I mean, how much rain have we had so far?
Not
At least
again.
10-gallon buckets worth, right?
At least we've seen that
At least.
firsthand at the studio. So
Matt was talking about it. Your dad was talking
Oh,
about
you guys
it.
have a rain bucket.
That
We
is
have-
definitely a 5-gallon bucket. though.
Okay, so safe to say probably 10 gallons. It probably filled
Not
up
you mean
twice.
the-
Safe,
Right.
safe to say 10 gallons if the 5-gallon bucket's filled up.
It'll be
Yeah.
another 5-gallon bucket will be filled after Saturday for sure.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be a lot of rain.
You are right, sir.
It's gonna be a lot of rain.
Yes,
Get your
it
buckets
is.
out, folks.
We got a bucket expert, so
What else?
he'll
What
be able
else
to
we
help
have?
5 gallons.
us. So I will tell you this: lots of rain. I mean, I've been looking at it for about a week because we have extended. Yes, Matt.
Wedding day. Sorry.
That's it. It's more like it. It's close, but a little more rainy.
I was just going to sing behind you as you talked. But
I
you
know,
just
well-
Yeah,
stopped.
go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, keep
Okay,
going.
sorry, I got you.
So, anyways,
It's like
yeah,
rain.
we got extended forecast from the Climate Prediction Center about a week out, telling us about this event. So it's going to be a big event. We're probably going to get some flooding. Like, there's a very good chance of it. Flash flooding, maybe not so much.
Brian's talking.
That's so distracting.
But
But I'll continue.
weather.
Definitely flooding. And what I mean by that is like rivers, streams, creeks, all that will likely overflow. In places that it is normal for them to overflow. I'm not talking about some crazy 1,000-year event like we've seen with the past. Like, you know, the hurricane that came up and messed up the Appalachians.
1,000-year event from the past.
Oh, yeah. If you didn't know, there are things called 1,000-year floods.
What era are you talking about?
Current era, except it only happened maybe
Cretaceous.
last era.
Okay.
It's actually funny because the house that I'm gutting out right now got flooded, and not from a 1,000-year flood. It was a normal flood.
Right.
It was like a
And
one-day
now-
flood.
It's gonna flood again while I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Got to keep an eye on that because, yeah, we're expecting inches.
No.
More
Do you
inches.
guys know why it's going to flood?
Why?
Rain.
It's like rain.
He's doing good over there. You're having a good
Just
time, aren't you?
fine. I'm
Bad
feeling
chilling.
great.
Well, anyways, so yeah, definitely some flooding concerns this weekend. So keep an eye on it. Don't get super concerned, but always be aware and make a plan for it because if you're going to be driving around in that, please just turn around. Don't drown. So many people end up driving into water, standing on the roads and going like, you know what, I got this.
I've done it.
Yeah, I know. We've all like gone, let's try it. But dang it, that moment.
Somehow made it through.
No, yeah.
I got lucky.
Yep. No
And
standing
sometimes
water.
you do.
Do not drive through standing water.
Be careful, y'all.
Get out of your car and run through standing water. Make sure it's not that deep. Make sure there's not a pothole. Go
least you
back,
can
get in your
swim.
car, drive
Have a
through.
good, yeah, have a dip. Have a
Don't
dip.
do that.
Yeah. Take a dip.
Oh, I'm
man.
sorry. What about keeping a bag of rocks in your car so that way when you get to standing water, you can throw rocks at it to break the tension and then drive through it?
But yeah, so we might get some snow. We'll have to see. The details are fuzzy, but yeah, that's basically it. It's going to go from cold today to rain, a little bit warm, because Tennessee, if it's going to be warm, it's going to rain in the winter.
Absolutely.
Back to cold because it is still
Winter.
winter.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got it right. Good job, Kenny.
I'm learning about weather.
Yeah,
Thanks.
nice.
All
Have you
because
been
of our
paying attention
podcast.
to the weather section.
I've been paying attention to the weather section. It's one of my favorite sections.
Really?
too.
I put it up there with my other two favorites.
What are your other two favorites?
Sports with Jam Jam, and then there's that other guy,
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Who was he again?
the Animal Brother, something like that.
Oh yeah, brotherly animal fights.
Super Animal Bros too.
.com.
Let's hear about the Super Bowl because actually
Okay.
I'm curious to see how good or bad it went. Because I'll be honest with y'all, I didn't watch it.
It went.
I watched
It did.
half of it. I
Which
watched
half?
half of it. I watched the first half.
Oh, the good
And
half.
then the halftime show started. It didn't actually start, but I got the hint that it was about to, and I was like, time to go home and then not really care about the rest of the game. And that's what I did. I didn't keep up with it at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, our sports commenter.
But I went home and I woke up the next day and I found out that the Eagles won. And so I celebrated because I made the call. I was like, I anticipated the Eagles to win. I fabricated a reason to care that they would win, and they won. And so now I'm happy. And now I understand what it's like to be a sports fan.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great?
It is.
I'm
Yeah,
honestly
I get it
extremely
now.
proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they looked great, man. They were just all season long. Their plays were solid. Their passes were on point. Everything was like a macrame. It was like a web. It just flowed like a beautiful braid.
Did you think Jalen Hurts was able to pull out a Super Bowl? Because a lot of Eagles fans didn't
Who's
think he was
Jalen
able to.
Hurts?
The quarterback for the Eagles, bud. The Patrick Mahomes of the Eagles.
Also an underdog.
Is he the guy that threw the ball to the
He's
people
the guy
caught
that
it?
threw the ball.
All
Yep.
right. I thought he looked really good. Yeah. That's my point of reference. Is
Nice.
him for
Nice.
sure. Yeah. No, he threw the ball and those people caught it, man. Did you see him catch it?
A couple times.
Yeah.
one
That's what
or two
I'm
times.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. AJ Brown, he had a catch, I think.
Get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I remember.
So, Jameson, I know you've had a lot of fun telling us about the Super Bowl and that your prediction came correct. And just football in general. You're
Yeah, it was
very
just my
eloquent when it comes to
assessment
explaining
of
that.
the execution of the teams from the season's performance.
What other sports are you into? Now that the football season's over, what's Jam Jam doing with his sports life?
We want to know.
Yeah.
We want the
Well,
insiders.
Here's a big one. Season's changing. Weather still sucks.
Mm,
We gotta
Yeah.
think. I'm thinking 2 months in the future, maybe 3. But I'd really like to go play some disc golf because it
Okay.
turns out the majority of the people at the table are disc golf enthusiasts, and I've played twice in my life, and I
Just
think
twice?
that's enough to keep up, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
like the idea of keeping up. I feel like we should do a challenge, and whoever does the worst out of the 5 of us should have to do
Gets the
something.
most money. What?
Has
Battle
to
Royale?
do more Malort. Oh. Sorry.
That's a
What
fair
were you
one.
saying?
I was saying there should be a consequence for whoever does the worst out of the 5 of us.
Okay, I'm down. What are you thinking? What's a consequence in your mind?
I don't think we can go off the consequences in my mind, Jameson.
Do you
a bad
want? Do
idea.
you really want to know?
Having to hear what's on his mind is a consequence within itself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, disc
Okay.
golf. No, we can all go out disc golfing. I know Kenny and I have enough discs to spare. So.
Okay. I own no
We can
discs.
spread our discs.
I don't think Brian has any discs.
I don't, but you know what I'm really curious to know from you?
For me,
What stats are there this season for disc golf?
for disc golf.
Like in the winter specifically.
You
I'm
know,
really
what
curious.
are the disc golf winter stats?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stats.
That's a phenomenal question,
You just
Ryan.
want to know what the stats are.
Yeah.
For the winter, I'm sure
You
you
want to know
know.
what the stats are? I
I'd
know
like
for
to
a
know
fact
what I'm
the
looking
stats
forward
are.
to for the spring season.
All right,
to know
gentlemen.
who else is going to be out there.
Yeah.
Be prepared for the lower temperatures and the increase in humidity in the air. Now your putters are going to become more relevant than ever because now your short range shots are going to be dictated not by your muscle memory, but now by the weather. Right?
Damn
You have to
shame.
compensate. All right?
He's actually so accurate right now.
Not
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to be. I shouldn't be, but I am because I know what I'm talking about. Second thing is your long range. The wind is going to be different.
What's your long range called?
Driver.
There you go.
Which
Hey.
one?
The 7-iron.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So
The 7-iron disc is my
Hey, no,
favorite disc.
the Iron Stone is a great disc.
yeah,
Is that real? I mean, I know it's real. It's a great disc.
Oh, yeah,
What
absolutely.
do you think? What do you?
You're the
think
one who told me
the
about
disc? Am I?
Yeah, remember?
okay. All right. So I got one more question then, Jameson, about disc golf.
Okay, hit me.
Just because I'm learning, and I actually want to try playing it, and I think it seems really fun. I've only done it once with a friend a long time ago, so I need a new sport to get into.
Yeah.
How much does the Coriolis effect play a role in disc golf?
The Coriolis effect.
Yes.
So typically, the Coriolis effect only has a presence under the 7 major transitions of the sport. And as long as you're aware of the spectrum, the in-betweens aren't going to be that weird.
Oh,
As long as you keep your fundamentals tight and you know which lane you're in and you've got the right disc for the right lane, you'll probably be okay.
so I really need to pay attention to frisbee depth, is what you're saying.
I think so.
Okay. All right.
I think so.
That makes
if
sense.
If you're aware of frisbee depth, then you'll be aware of frisbee perception. And depth and perception are the key to this game.
Love it. Love it. Okay, cool. So I'm totally down with that kind of sport. I love it.
Does that line up?
No, that's
Yeah,
actually a quote
That's some
from,
solid.
a
solid
quote from
advice.
Paul Macbeth, I believe, actually.
So you guys actually play disc golf.
That's right. We do.
So-
have.
How many times have you played this year specifically?
A lot less than I used to.
Somewhere between 0 and some.
What about the past year?
More.
I used to play 5 out of 7 days a week when it came to disc golf.
Yeah, no, I used to be walking up to Triple Creek like every other day to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. You told me you used to play a lot. You used to do it just recreationally. You would go just to do it.
Yeah.
And-
David is technically professional.
That's right. You are
Really?
a license holding professional.
I haven't won money yet, so I'm still an amateur. But
have.
I do have my PDGA number.
Oh,
So.
nice.
That's right.
What does the PDGA stand for? Just for the folks at home.
Professional Disc Golf Association.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So
No,
Actually, I
I think
do have a couple thoughts I want to follow up with
Okay.
before I wrap up the section. I do want to say Super Bowl 125 was amazing. It exceeded my expectations. In the performance side, I do think the Eagles did exactly what I thought they would do. And Patrick Mahomes, they're going to have to put him down on a pillow and give him a tablet, give him a blankie, call it night-night. And that's it. Game over.
agreed.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
yes,
I'm
I agree.
passing the ball here, gentlemen.
Wow.
You know what? Round of applause.
Powerful stuff.
Thank you.
That was a strong statement.
That's going to be a
right there.
monologue
Thank you.
people are going to use for a long time.
Well, how about it? That's the sports, y'all. Isn't there another segment we usually do?
Yeah, there is
I don't remember what it is. for some
something
reason.
about. You guys know? Do you guys know?
I don't know. Something about a guy with a couple dinosaurs.
He scares easily.
Just by
A fearful
animals,
man.
folks.
Oh yeah.
So what we're going to go into now is a little segment we like to call Animals that scare Matt. This week, we are going with the Asian Giant Hornet.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'll tell you why, David. It's known as the murder hornet.
Yeah.
They are the world's largest hornet. Yes.
That's not an animal.
That's
He's
an
not
insect.
wrong. Are you serious?
Be better.
It's not an
Matt.
animal, Matt.
Be better. Like
It's a
B-E-E.
hornet, not a bee, Kenny.
Sorry. He got
Yeah,
it.
I just need an explanation. That's all.
It's an insect. It's sentient. Just take what I give you and
Sentient?
smile.
You think it's sentient?
I'm pretty sure it's sentient. It thinks and it stings and it kills things. It's a murder hornet.
Do you think it thinks for itself?
Probably.
Like
Okay,
AI.
I did ask this question earlier. Hornets are not like bees, where they're not a hive mind, right? They
Correct.
are more like ants, right?
They're just kind of
yeah,
jerks.
Colonies.
They have pheromones that communicate to each other about
Yep.
certain pattern.
Whatever's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Continue.
the fact.
Sorry. You know what? Fine. It's not an animal. Oh, well. Continue, Matt. Sorry.
that
Sorry I interrupted you.
That syrup is rough.
Yeah. You look like you needed it.
They are native to Asia. However, they've become an invasive species since about 2019. But in December of 2024, the U.S. did say they were eradicated. So, at least in the U.S., not in Asia. That's where they're from.
Interesting.
We should eradicate all of them,
Yeah.
right?
I
Actually-
feel like it. They're kind of giant, scary murder hornets. Their stinger is 1/4 of an inch long, and though one stinging you one time cannot be lethal, if it gets you multiple times, you can die.
Yeah.
I would actually 100% die if I got stung by it because I am allergic to bees.
Oh no!
Oh, you're
Even
screwed.
people that are not allergic will die after multiple stings.
but just one sting.
Definitely
makes it worse.
screwed.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
even scorpions because it's cross venom. The
Really?
gene is like a cross gene venom. Yeah.
In scorpions?
Yeah. Scorpions could kill me. Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Like,
That's
never heard
terrible.
that.
the
Yeah.
scorpion
Don't go out
gang.
west then.
So like those shots that are out there in the world that you can do like a little tiny baby scorpion in your shot of mezcal.
Wait.
I can't have them because if I eat a scorpion, I'm ingesting their venom and I can die.
Dang,
That's freaking
dude.
crazy.
Is this
Back to you, Matt.
Is this scorpions that can kill David or animals that scare Matt? Let's get back to it, folks.
Finally, it's not one of us, Jameson.
I know, dude. All right, future segment: scorpions that can kill David.
I love it.
I'm down for
man.
it.
Yeah.
Call me when you need to.
Hell yeah.
Matt.
Oh
They are intensely predatory towards medium-sized insects like bees and other things. They will actually attack an entire beehive and can kill it in like 4 hours or less. One murder hornet can kill 40 bees a minute, guys. That's insane numbers,
It's a
man.
big deal.
It's just like pow, 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 pow.
Just killing them.
Right in the
Just
kisses.
murdering them.
Would you consider this a serial killer insect?
Technically, serial killing, I think, is having like more than 4 victims. So if they're killing 40 a minute, then yes, I would go with that logic.
I don't
Fair.
think the definition of serial
What's the
killer is
definition of serial killers?
having consistency in a pattern.
I am consistently trying to tell you about murder hornets.
But I think you're right in saying that sometimes it's not possible to see a consistency or pattern until after four.
They're consistently killing humans, though.
Yes.
So the consistency is not necessarily in humans, but also insects. So wouldn't that be terrorists to the bee community?
Wow, that's
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Do you guys like the movie
Yeah.
Bees?
Not serial killers.
They can fly up
talking
to
about bee movie or
60
just the
miles
movie?
in what? Jameson, listen! They can fly up to 60 miles in one day.
Yeah.
And they can fly up to 25 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's
It
crazy.
is. That's a fast hornet.
That's insane.
like 2 inches big and just ready to kill you with multiple
It's
stings.
like a bullet, man.
yeah, it is like a bullet. It's like a murder bullet, but it's got wings and sentience.
I guess some kind of semblance of sentience. I'm still not convinced, man. You haven't sold me on it yet.
It thinks for itself. It makes plans. It strategizes. What part of a strategy-having murder hornet doesn't say sentience to you?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
They're underdogs.
Not what we're talking about.
Okay, I'll give you a legitimate question. Are you ready? Where can you find these issue insects?
Asia.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions, guys? I'll probably be making up answers from here.
I did kill 4 of them in Cottontown this past
Did you really?
in 2019. Yeah, out at the brewery.
Were you there the day that one landed on Matt's beer? I think you were. I feel like you were.
No, because I would not be in that area because they can kill me.
Yeah.
That sounds scary.
Matt,
I saw one once.
I had to get the rest of that.
Matt, what would you consider Asia?
Matt, you saw one of these in person, right?
Yeah, no, you were there.
I know. I'm asking for the audience sake. Like it landed on your
it's
beer.
absolutely terrifying to see.
They're big and scary.
We were talking shit on the sweat wasps and the yellow jackets that were swarming around. We were like, yeah, look at these dumb bugs.
And then the devil
flew up and we were all like, no.
So, have you guys ever heard a hummingbird fly past you before?
Yeah.
It sounds like a mini helicopter. The Death Hornet sounds like a Black Hawk helicopter just like past you. And you're just like, you can hear it from probably 15, 20 feet away before it even comes near you. And our brewer, Eddie, at the brewery in Briar Scratch, was like, he's terrified of flying insects completely. But he would hear it immediately and just immediately run inside, close all the doors, everything. You could even do the sound yourself, and that man ran.
Damn.
That's because they're giant murder hornets and horrifying.
Yeah.
Have you experienced these terrifying insects, Kenny?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not once.
I hope you never do.
I ain't afraid. I ain't never scared.
I don't think you'll have to, because apparently in December of 2024, they've been eradicated.
They are not eradicated.
David, thank you so much for listening to my TED Talk. I really appreciate you, and you're a good person. Asking questions that I already answered.
I just like asking you questions, Matt. I just like being completely informed, because I don't usually pay attention.
Do you like being completely informed twice? Because that's what happened today.
It helps reinforce the knowledge into my brain cells.
For you.
What's your question, Jameson?
How much does the weather pertain to the presence of these murder hornets?
I'm glad you asked that. If the wind is too strong, it will throw them off course, but they fly in groupings, so they're like a spear of death. So it's very hard for the wind unless it gets above, like, let's say 43.5 miles per hour. Some would say 12.5 knots above like anything. And then it'll blow them off course and they'll go to a different state. But they made it all the way across the ocean with their devil cone.
Wow. They flew across the ocean by
that's
themselves.
how they became invasive.
Really?
Yeah. They took turns. One of them would hold one, and he would fly, and when he got tired, they would swap places.
No, you're kidding me.
Yeah, no.
Can I say a fact on them? So you said that they could kill 40 bees in like a minute, whatever. Mm-hmm. On the other side, the bees.
Oh, this is one of my favorite facts.
So bees, to defend their hive if they have an invader, they have killed these murder hornets off. But they do this thing, I forget what the actual term is. You know what the term is?
I don't know what the term is, but they pretty much just vibrate their bodies incredibly
they vibrate so fast that the energy they create, the thermal energy they create, is basically hotter than the sun, and it kills these hornets.
Is it similar to what cicadas do, like to make their noise?
Yeah, just to vibrate as fast as possible.
So it turns out that like honeybees and these smaller bees can go up just a couple of like degrees hotter than murder hornets can and be fine. So they vibrate their body, they just like surround it, collapse on the thing. They all start vibrating and cook it alive, and then they're fine because their body can hold that temperature.
But it can only happen to like one or two at a time. If like a group of murder hornets gets together, the beehive is gone.
Yeah.
How nuts.
Yeah, I think it was it can devour 4 or 5 murder hornets can devour 40,000 bees in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Scary.
So
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
Yeah.
Scary.
twerk so hard.
AI
It kills the
generator
hornets.
response that I
Yes.
got for that strategy is called heat balling. They make a heat ball,
Give them a heat ball.
and the bugs vibrate till their ball gets so big and hot.
Anyway,
Yeah, so we're here once again at Tennessee on Tap, and it's been so much fun. We want to bring it back to you guys and tell us what you got going on, and any bits of information that we should know and what to expect in the future.
sure. We just wrapped up episode 11. We did a collaboration beer with Zool, which is out of Knoxville, with a metal band called Whitechapel. I'm not sure.
Oh
if you
my
guys are
God!
familiar
Yes,
with it.
Yeah.
really? They did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All
they
right.
did a collaboration brew with Zool. It's a blood orange strawberry vanilla sour.
It's
It
delicious.
drank like a melted sundae.
It tastes
was
like
delicious.
you're drinking a dessert.
Wow.
It doesn't taste like you're drinking a beer almost.
No, yeah, it's something that, like, if you're familiar with Southern Grist brand, it's something that I would think they came out with.
I'm a big Southern Grist fan.
Yeah, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. So, like, I'm a big metalhead too, and seeing Whitechapel and a couple of the other bands that were there at Marathon Music Works in Nashville with our buddy Ewan, it was awesome. It was such a good wrap up to the experience I had there.
Hell yeah.
So we have that episode out. I'm currently editing it, so that should be out soon.
Looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a good one. Ewan was very nervous for it, but we're listening back to it now. It's gonna be a really good podcast. And
Now, I don't know if I know this Ewan, but just off the top of my head, he sounds like somebody with long hair and a horrible taste in sports teams.
He also skates.
yeah, Ewan. So Ewan Tugger, he's our buddy from Prince Street. We've been hanging out with for a few years now. He's very local. He's literally right down the road. Real cool guy.
He's a part of our fantasy football league, if you've wondered why we have a gigantic golden Thanos.
Yeah. So
I thought you did.
Oh man, I will get a nice close up of that for sure.
yeah,
Look at
we
those nuts.
So it was
was-
between Ewan and I. It was between Ewan and I for the championship of our fantasy league.
Ewan killed it all year. He held down second place all year. And then he came in second.
Not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great podcast. Going forward, I have a few breweries that are lined up to possibly get a live recording at. So we're working on that and
Taking it on the road.
just moving forward. We're just trying to get through it, man, and it's been fun. It's obviously we have beers like this.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much the majority of the episodes. So
It's good. It's spicy. I still have some.
yeah, it's good.
I like it.
It's a good beer, 100%.
That's great. I'm excited to hear that episode you were talking about. Really.
Yeah, we. I was a little nervous for it, just because how nervous I guess Ewan was, and he's not a sour fan. So when we went to the show and it was available at the show, we tried to get some, and we mentioned it in our podcast episode that we couldn't get it. We were halfway through the show. We're like, hey, can we get one of those? And like, no, we're out. So I hit up the people that I know through the chain of distribution, and I was like, how do I get a case? And I ended up getting one.
Yeah.
The last case.
Oh man.
So we were.
Thing is, though, it's a sour, but it does not taste like what you would think a sour would taste like.
What does it taste like then?
Like a dessert.
Yeah, it tastes like a melted sundae.
Really?
It's like
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
vanilla, blood orange,
You
strawberry.
pour it out. It's a thick beer. It's got strawberry seeds kind of
It's
already
blood
in
red.
the sediment.
What's the name
Blood
of
red.
it?
I don't know. I
Blood
do
soaked-
have.
it was
I do
called
have a
Blood
few
Soaked.
left in the fridge.
Ooh,
It's called
okay.
Blood Soaked
Um,
Symphony.
So yeah,
Nice.
It's a great
Soap
beer.
Symphony.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the artwork on the can's really metal. It looks pretty cool.
Okay.
yeah, super sweet.
Sweet.
We're just working on it, getting some merch out there on our website, and our website's getting revamped. And
Yeah, where do people go to find your podcast, your merch, everything like that?
so most of our stuff is put on our Instagram at Tennessee on Tap. We always answer emails at tnontap@gmail.com. But our links to our merchandise is on our Instagram as well. So it's just, go to our profile, go down, hit the link, and it goes to our merchandise as well.
Sweet.
So
Yeah.
Hell
super
yeah.
easy. We're on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube Music, all that stuff. it's
All
been a fun ride so far.
That David said.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys.
I
Well,
agree with.
we've been the BetterKast on Tap, and remember, we are better, Kenney, and we better be in your playlist.